Ever wondered why some people are so disciplined and particular in what they do? There's definitely one person in your known circle who's considered to be the sort of well organized in moderate terms or the perfectionist in excessive terms. What is that makes them so different from others? What is the secret ingredient which makes them so prompt and efficient in whatever they do? Do you look up to them for this quality and wish you could adapt it in some capacity to your life? Well, the answer is here. It's their habits that make them who they are. And we are going to learn today how habits bring about that necessary changes that you require in your life to improve from who you are to what you want to become. In layman terms, a habit is nothing but a settled or regular tendency or practice, especially one that is hard to give up. I would add to it by saying something that's even hard to take up and put it into a disciplined manner on an ongoing basis. We all are aware of the fact that we have a combination of habits, good and bad. The good ones that make us grow and the bad ones that we want to break. But how do we keep adding the good ones and eliminating the bad ones? So let's straight come to the point and break it down. How do we inculcate good habits and stick to them while discarding the bad ones from our system? We'll follow a 3-rule system. Rule number 1, discover the existing good and evil habits. As easy it may sound, we ourselves don't pay attention to the excellent habits that we possess and only pinpoint to the bad habits that exist. For simplicity, write down 3 great habits that you possess which makes you believe that they at some level define you. It could be as plain as, I have a habit of saying a thank you to anyone unknown and everyone known who would do the most minuscule of things like opening a lift door for me. It can be as trivial as, I have a habit of smiling and greeting others when they pass by. These may sound small things, but these habits make you the approachable person you are. Since you follow a pattern of unknowingly repeating them in your day-to-day life, people form perceptions about you, good or bad, looking at them. Now, let's look at the bad ones. Most of these would be small, unnoticeable, tiny habits which you ignore. For instance, you have a habit of reaching late anywhere you commit. It could be just 5 to 10 minutes delay, but it's a pattern that you ignore to notice since you make up your mind that it's acceptable to others. This is how we do conditioning to our bad habits. By reassuring that would be okay for others to understand and they become a part of our personality. It could be as simple as not reverting others within a stipulated time frame, whether it is returning phone calls, reverting to the text or emails, or even actually connecting again with them when you say, I'll get back to you. These are tiny, minuscule, small habits. Don't overlook them. Notice them consciously and be self-aware of the good and bad both. It's vital for you to have complete knowledge of your existing habits. Rule number 2, once discovered, start changing them fraction by fraction. Remember those New Year resolutions that you took, those commitments that you made to yourself and mostly break them. What's the rationale behind it? Why are we not able to adhere to the promises that we make to ourselves? The basis of it lies at habits. That 1st of January, we want to get into weight loss or quit smoking. Some of us want to get into fitness regime, hitting the gym 60 minutes every day, while others want to give up on junk who are fast food lovers. It happened for the first week or fortnight and in few cases a month. What goes wrong then? It's our desire to change things for us overnight. Give up in extremities. We never focus on the logic of building those patterns slowly and steadily and forming them as a habit. Those handful few who have achieved it stick to the resolution or have primarily made it happen because they built it as a habit, fraction by fraction. That continuity and discipline of walking a mile every day for 10 days and then 1.1 mile for the next 10 days consistently eventually help you to build a pattern and disciplined manner compared to anything else in extremities from the word go. Of course, it works differently for strong willpowered people, but in most cases, a steady development of habits fraction by fraction is bound to achieve long-term goals. It applies exactly in the same manner for quitting the bad ones. If extremities have not yielded result for you, go by the slow and steady method. Rule number 3. Connect your own course when you deviate. The challenge that most of us face is that we are looking for external validation. While it's a far more adapted method that people love declaring their new resolution, whether it is to quit smoking or embarking on a weight loss journey on social media, their assumptions rely on external appreciation or correction if they stick or deviate from their habit. The point here is what changes you is your willingness and discipline to stick to building that habit, which makes a difference to your life and no one else whatsoever. So, when deviation happens forming that habit, don't give up building it further. This becomes the most crucial juncture wherein changes happen and bring results. It's okay to miss those 2 days while you're sick or taking a break from that gym routine. What's not okay is to make it prolonged and break the pattern knowingly that the habit will not formulate if you don't do a course correction. Keep building those habits and strengthening your life. Your habits define the course of your life. I would highly recommend reading this book, Atomic Habits by James Clear. The book gives some brilliant insight into how tiny changes in your life can bring about remarkable results. James is a world-renowned habits expert who has conceptualized the thought that real changes come from compound effects of hundreds of small decisions. Your life, your personality, and your well-being is your own ship, and you are the captain. Your habits are your navigator, taking you in the direction where you want your life to lead. And your habits have no impact whatsoever due to external parameters. It's intrinsic and completely your responsibility. So take onus of the same. I'll see you in my next video. Take care.